What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we'll be talking about the best ways you can enhance your spirituality as well as trigger transformation while Saturn is in Pisces. So, let's get into it. The first way in which you can enhance your spirituality and trigger transformation while Saturn is in Pisces is through the power of ritual, ritualizing your life. Now, what's a ritual? A ritual is a repetitive action, typically done with a sacred intent. So you can look at this in a twofold way. In one sense, we do rituals all the time, and essentially the first part, a repetitive action. So going to work is a ritual. When you're a parent, picking up that kid is a ritual. But on a more basic human level, doing something like brushing your teeth is a subtle but powerful ritual that you unconsciously adopt. And the benefits of the ritual is that it programs the subconscious mind to carry out the task of the individual. And that task that they carry out typically will produce some desired result. So if we're going with the example of brushing our teeth, the benefit or the result of brushing your teeth every day is that you maintain stronger and cleaner, healthier teeth as opposed to not doing it. Okay. Another ritual, it's funny because my daughter just lost her front teeth. Another ritual that we do, putting your tooth under the pillow in hopes that the tooth fairy will come, right? So I'm putting this tooth fell out, okay, put it under the pillow, and then money appears, okay? So this is really powerful in regards to developing one's spirituality. So let me go back and say that, like I said, it really is about helping your subconscious mind develop an automatic way of carrying out that thing that to help produce a desired effect. Most times, if someone wants to do a spell or some type of spiritual ritual, it's going to be in hopes to rid oneself of something or bring it closer to themselves. And then at a deeper level, we would observe the moon cycles and our intent behind, okay, so if I want to push something away from me, I should do it during a specific time of the moon cycle. Ritual allows you to become more mindful of particular areas of life. Okay. And when you ritualize this area, it gets more meaning. So if a person was waking up at 5 o'clock every day, the ritual, in a sense, is that. But when you to add the depth of the power, the form, the structure to it, it's about taking action at the specific time, doing a particular set of instruction or giving self a particular set of instructions at this time. And over time, that subconscious mind will naturally yearn for the said thing or naturally be able to carry it out without having to put too much effort. Okay. Because, I mean, like I said, I'm only assuming here. I'm only assuming here that we all brush our teeth every day. But just think about when you learned about brushing your teeth and then observing your mind in the morning in terms of, okay, just do you think about brushing your teeth or is it just something that you automatically do at this point? So I'm doing here. I come on, I say, what's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here. I've been doing this for 7 to 8 years now. So at this point, I may be 10 steps ahead in terms of what I want to say when I'm actually saying that. Because I'm not thinking about saying it anymore. It's like I press play and I say it. I don't think about, oh, should I say it like, what's going on, world? Hey, world. No, I just say it. And if you look at it, it's the same thing every time because it's unconscious. at this point. Okay, so you can really finding ways to ritualize in your own. I implement into my morning ritual or routine, going to the gym, and my intent is really to get the natural endorphins and other good chemicals flowing in my body. It's not necessarily like I want to gain all this muscle mass. Not just having a clear intent for what you are doing the ritual for. Okay. And then over time, like I said, it leads to mindfulness. You'll start to observe, using my example. So the days in which I don't go to the gym, my mind, my subconscious mind is communicating to me, go to the gym. And it's almost one where it's like, when you get to this point, this is really a Saturn principle, you really realize that a lack of discipline is really just an untrained part of self. Anything you lack discipline in is just a untrained or underdeveloped part of self. It hasn't been transformed or ritualized to where it naturally wants it. So within doing this within any area of life, I could just go so many ways with it. Your focus upon something is like a fire. And the more focused you are towards the thing, the more you feed the fire. And eventually things get to a point where the fire it gets big enough where it's naturally, not that you don't got to keep feeding it, but you've established this baseline for where the fire can burn at a particular uh, capacity. Look at ritual as training yourself to develop a habit. And it's essentially habits create the opportunity to truly manifest something. The next way in which we can enhance our spirituality and trigger transformation is mastering moderation as well as the power of fasting or detoxing, however you want to look at it. Let's talk about fasting real quick. So typically we all know that you fast from with food. So you'll abstain from eating particular foods or all food for a period of time. And anyone out there with a prominent a prominent 12th house, 8th house, I would say second too, can really benefit from fasting, not just from foods, but from particular things or people or places. Okay? Pisces deals with endings. It is a sign that lacks boundaries. Saturn is going to naturally add some boundaries while it's here. And one of the ways in which you can help yourself is by seeking out more moderation. And that can be arrived at through fasting on particular people, places, or things. Highly recommended. So, in a more practical sense, you may want to start with one day, taking one day out of the week to fast from a particular thing and allow that rhythm or ritual to build. All right? See how we're going with this? And then lastly, I'll end on this. Letting go, surrendering, because this is broad and this will reach everybody. Everyone has to, at some point in their journey, surrender to the circumstances of things, which in one particular case, we can say the reality of your circumstances or situations. A simple, a simple analogy. Let's say we have someone who wants to be a basketball player, man or woman, doesn't matter, right? There is skill, and then there's the natural kind of laws, or realistically, the taller you are in basketball, the better it's going to be. Or if you get to a particular level, you'll see that the stature of everyone is a particular type of way. So it would benefit you to be able to measure up to this stature. But your skills, by developing your skills, you could outwork or find a way there towards still meeting that. Saturn in Pisces really wants you to It's not as it wants you to believe in yourself. It wants you to surrender to the reality of circumstances. Naturally, I think everyone in this day and age be first thinking about relationships. This is realistically either working or it's not. Or energy towards things. And I'm very reluctant when I say this, because for some, you will get met with this opposition, or people won't see your vision, and you should stick to it if you feel within like the reality, if you're being really honest with yourself about the reality. Like, I know they don't see it, but I really see this shit. There's a lane for me here. I can get in here, right? But then in another circumstance, it may be a reality in which you really need to accept. Now, by accepting this reality, it's like going to be a closing or ending or whatever. It's almost like you're letting go or surrendering. But the way in which I'm channeling the scene is that surrender can be good. Surrender could be good. And this is going to be connected towards spiritual ego, which I have some content coming talking about that. Okay. This is real spirituality. It's an internal thing that sometimes life can't really, life could only do what it's doing in terms of giving you the result. And then at a particular time, you got to be real with yourself and surrender and end that. And ultimately, it'll be something that you transcend. If I give, if I give another example, I could say like in regards to like someone who's trying to be a certain type of musician. You guys know what I'm talking about. Not a unique individual. Like, no, this person really has talent. They're different. No, I'm talking about the ones who are really trying to be the same like everyone else, and they're really wasting their time. The reality is that you're just stroking your own ego or trying to keep up with the Joneses here, in which you surrender and take your energy and go in another direction. I'm letting y'all know. I'm gonna end this video here, but I I wanna get this across. I want to get that message across about redirecting yourself to where you really need to be. All right. So these are three. If you do these three things, you'll definitely see an increase in your connection with spirit, as well as you'll really be digging into this Saturn energy. I got a lot to say because it's the Pisces season. I'm a 12 house person. I've been sitting with spirit, but I'm gonna get it to y'all. Uh, just stay tuned, all right? The shop is always open. We're doing readings. Um, if you're interested in astro coaching or mentorship, feel free to reach out to me. Currently for this month, I'm booked, but spots for next month and so on will be, available. So just stay in contact, reach out, check out my book, Astrology of the Matrix. If you have the book, read the book, please leave a review on the website. And then also, people even get readings too. Use that feature on my website. Leave the comment. It's greatly appreciated. Until next time, peace.